Okay, hunting light is on. Cyclic friction off.
Let's also navigate, put in the map at least.
Collective friction off. Governor is on. Increasing throttle. Clutch light. 3, 4, 5. Clutch light out. Okay, low rotor RPM warning light check. Raising collective. Decreasing RPM. 99, 98. Okay, engine gauge is 1 to 0 green, MC center, carpets out of yellow, engine RPMs green, no warning lights, and for then half fuel, you have control?
I have controls.
You have controls?
I have controls. Ah, good catch.
I have control.
You have controls.
Control.
Okay, looks good.
There you go.
The light is also, yeah, that's okay.
Pick up.
Okay, yeah, make sure you don't drift to the left. If you drift a little to the right, it's okay.
Okay.
But we don't want to drift to the station, and also we don't want to do a pedal turn. First we go a little right, and then we do pedal turn. A little aft and left cyclic. Nice, yeah. No, that's a good distance.
Right, clear. Clear.
Okay, let's don't drift to the back, maybe let's go a little front. Okay, you can also turn on the lights. There we go.
Straight down departure.
Good.
Corona traffic, helicopter 320 Sierra taking runway 25 for straight out departure. Corona.
Nice, so maybe let's get a little lower.
Okay.
So pretty high on power. Go all the way to the middle of the center line. Also on the approach you drifted a lot to the right, so make sure you stay over the center line.
Right.
Okay, let's go. So wind is 340 at 6, so a little north westbound. Okay, make sure you don't get too high, it's a little high for a takeoff. Don't be afraid of the ground at night. Okay, so this area is very dark and we know there is woods, so it's not a nice area to fly over, so as soon as you can I would turn crosswind here. A little more airspeed, 60 knots.
Okay, I'm gonna do a gauge check. The gauge is 1 to 0 green, MC center, curvates out of yellow, engine RPMs green, no warning light.
Okay, well maybe let's keep the 60 to climb nicely.
Okay.
So you can climb already to 4000 if you want. Yes, good check is done, hope it looks good.
I'm gonna follow 91.
Sure. we can still use about 23, I think, so that's okay at the moment. 17 degrees. 2017. Yeah, about 23 inches. That's pretty good at the moment. And as we get to 4000, it's gonna be about 22.5. Okay, let's fly 60, a little more airspeed.
Okay.
Ground speed 37. It seems like up here we still have a headwind. Yeah, you can also fly a little faster. I think we have a lot of time to climb.
Okay.
Usually at night or in the evening it's not windy, but today, especially at altitude, it's pretty windy. Okay, now it's a little better, now it's only 10 knots. Okay, make sure you keep climbing. Use a little more power, 22.5. Not too much. That's a good climb. Then we just stay over the 91. Because we know here are power lines, but we cannot even see them, not even illuminated. But at this altitude should be no factor. We can also do a position report.
Okay. 4 mile west.
Yep.
Corona traffic, helicopter 320, 4 mile west at 3000, heading west, Corona.
Actually, if the carpet is applied, we would be allowed to use a little bit more. But it's okay, that's enough power at the moment. Switch to trim on as well, nice. $50 knots. Ground speed. Already pretty nice view here.
Right.
Then later we just have to be careful. I think here is 4000, right? Check. Yes, so in this area we have to be at 4,000, below 4000. So up until here we can stay at 7 and here 4.
Okay.
Pretty clear night, you can see really far.
Right.
Maybe we can just delete that one. That's a good heading, yeah.
Corona traffic, helicopter 320 over Santa Ana Canyon, heading west, last call, Corona.
And altitude.
Oh, right. LA Basin traffic, helicopter 320 over Santa Ana Canyon at 4,000, heading to water treatment plant, LA Basin.
Nice. 17 knots, 3,900. More than high enough for Fullerton. Now it's only about 10 knots headwind, pretty good. Yeah, then I would say we just follow the route for now.
Okay.
Maybe do another gauge check now that we leveled off.
New gauges 123 green, as a center, orbits out of yellow. Engine and rotor RPMs are green, no warning lights and more than fuel. Should we use a more carpet?
Maybe a little, or actually, you can do a little. Because also later we're gonna descend a lot, then we might wanna need all the carpet, right?
Right.
Because for quite some time we're gonna have low power settings. So you want to do your eye surgery before you go to the army then?
What was that?
Your eye surgery, you want to do that before you go to the army?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so it's like a laser surgery, right?
Right.
Okay. And then you don't need glasses or anything anymore?
Right.
Really? And that's forever, or do you have to do that more often?
Probably, it depends on how bad your eyesight already was, but it usually lasts like for 20 years.
Oh really? Okay. And then you can do it again, or then you need glasses?
You could, some people could, but others like maybe not. Depends on the thickness of the, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I think I heard about that. And is there a requirement for the army to have like, for the eyesight?
Yeah, it's...
Okay, so it's more strict than in civil aviation?
Right.
Okay, so you have to do it then?
Right.
Oh really?
They will test the candidates with the terms that they will do the surgery. So,
oh really? Okay. Do they at least pay for the surgery? Or?
Probably not gonna pay for it, but...
Okay. Oh, I lost a little altitude there. I also have contact lenses, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's below 2 dioptrim, so it's not too bad.
Right.
But well, it would maybe still be nice to have surgery, but Probably there are also some risks associated with it, I'm not sure.
A little bit of a risk. Yeah, some people get a, what do we call that? Forgot the word.
Like eye disease or something.
Not a disease, but
but probably nowadays the risk is not too big with the
right.
technology nowadays.
Maybe some dry eye.
Oh, okay.
That's for sure. Or probably like for like a year or so.
Okay. There's also a pretty big dark area below us, but we are more than high enough. We could glide everywhere where we want from here. And then we have to make sure here, 4 miles away, on this blue line, this is when we have to be below 4,000. So maybe by then we want to be at 3,000 or so. So at some point when you want at your discretion, you can start your descent. So the antennas are actually much easier to see at night.
Right.
So at daytime they are pretty hard to find, but at night very easy.
I'm gonna slowly descend, start the descent.
Maybe also use the carpet then when we start the descent.
Okay. Carpet's on.
And also later on when we go to the Hollywood side, we have to speak to that Charlie airspace, right? Burbank. Right. So maybe you can find out the tower frequency of these guys. Yes, that one. Then you can, whenever you're ready, prepare it.
1-1. It has two helicopter, 132.
Yeah, but actually they don't use the helicopter one for some reason, I don't know. So you can use the other one.
118.7.
That's perfect. Pretty big city, huh?
Right.
That road is crazy, that goes all the way to the beach, huh? Just a straight road.
Sure, 23 lifted off from the tree, sure, vision climbing to the west.
3,400. Okay, 3,800, so we are above the Charlie, below, above the Delta, below the Bravo. Where does the Bravo airspace start here above us?
Right now?
Yes.
7,000?
Yes, 7,000, nice.
So did you had a other job before you
Yeah,
here?
not just one. So I made an apprenticeship as an electrician.
Oh.
But not for houses, but for industry machines, and especially also for cranes. Oh. I was working on cranes, and after my apprenticeship I was like a mechanic for cranes. So I was doing that internationally, so I was traveling the world and assemble cranes and fix cranes and do service on cranes.
That's cool.
It was pretty interesting because I saw a lot of the world and I could do electrics, hydraulics, software, it was everything combined, so it was pretty nice. And also the money was pretty good. That's why I kind of could save money for becoming a pilot.
Right.
Although at the time I didn't want to get a pilot anymore because I thought I cannot do it anyways.
Right.
I just saved money for something and then I used it for becoming a pilot.
Nice.
Yeah, then I made another school, and then I was a programmer for a year or 1.5 years. and then I became a pilot. Yeah. So I worked like for maybe 12 years
Oh,
before I got a pilot. But yeah, when you do an apprenticeship in Austria, which is a pretty common thing, you start when you are 15.
oh,
So you do like work and school at the same time, and so 4 days work, 1 day school.
that's interesting.
Do you guys have something like that in Korea? Apprenticeships?
We kinda, it's not exactly the apprenticeship, but we do have a special school, high schools for engineering.
Oh,
So they will learn the actual engineering skills at the school, and after graduate, they will go straight to the
oh yeah, we have something like that as well.
right.
Like often called like a technical school.
Yeah, kind of like.
Yeah, but that is also the same thing for other jobs like commerce and for gastronomy, so like cooking, waiters and stuff. So I think those kind of schools are pretty nice. They prepare you pretty well for
Yeah, that is
working
cool.
life. Yeah.
We only have it for like industrial,
Okay.
like engineering things.
Okay, so technical things. So the Hanseo University is that's like a high school, right?
No, it's a university.
A university. So you went to high school as well before that?
Yes, I graduated high school.
But how long have you been with Hanseo?
This is a third year. So,
Third year, okay. And in total there are 4 years.
right.
Oh, okay.
So 1 year and a little bit of left.
Okay. And in the last year, you're also gonna fly?
Yeah, probably at the South Korea with the. It used to be Armstrong.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's the one, that 10 hours, right?
Right.
But they changed it now, or?
Might be changed. We used to convert the FAA license to the Korean one with the Armstrong, but I heard they will now use R22 at the Korea also.
Oh really?
So and,
Probably cheaper, huh?
right.
But was the Armstrong was turbine, right?
Yeah, turbine.
Okay.
And they also bought a new R66. So I don't know how that's gonna go.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's make sure at the next blue line we are below 2,500. Maybe let's go down now to 1,500. Huh?
Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go. But that is really nice, huh? It tells you
Right.
don't try to the green area, although it's green. Okay, and when you keep following the purple line, we're gonna end up at this intersection, so you can think about radio calls as well. Where you are, where you're gonna head, what altitude. And here I would still use LA Basin, but maybe on the next one we can then use LA Downtown or just LA traffic.
Okay.
Okay, we have 18 knots. Below 2,500 already. Heartbeat is up. Maybe you can do another gauge check.
Okay. Engine gauge is 1203, NASA center, carpets are yellow, engine and OPM's green, no warning lights. And have fuel?
Okay. Maybe you might want to do a radio call here as well. Maybe you can use Fullerton as a reference.
So north 4 miles.
Yes.
LA Basin traffic, helicopter 3 to Sierra 4 mile north of Fullerton Airport, heading west at 1,500 LA Basin.
Yeah, already descending to 1,500, yeah. But it's already good if you tell them what altitude you are going to be. Yep, still headwind, huh? A little 64. Here we have 87, 78.
15.
Okay, I'll check by this big intersection, just north of the 105, 605. That's really precise on airspeed, good job.
So you were basically engineer, mechanic, programmer.
Yeah, I used to be, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm still able to do all that.
now also a pilot.
Yeah, I think it was nice to do so much different things. I mean, the electric thing was the kind of the focus, right?
Right.
That's where I did my apprenticeship and all the most complicated stuff, apart from the software. Yeah. And then I could have also do the mechanics and hydraulics. There was a lot of hydraulics. So it was quite cool, yeah. So you learn a lot then, because then at some point,
18 on Cooper Hill for to the south.
in my early 20s, I had to go alone to a foreign country and fix a crane. It was a challenge, but
that's cool.
Good learning process, yeah. But I felt like if I'm gonna do that in long term, it's gonna break my body because it was very exhausting and there was a lot of traveling involved. And in the beginning that was fun, but at some point it's just exhausting. Yeah. Okay, 1,500, 18 knots, we can already see downtown. Okay, yeah, then in this next green area here, we have to be below 2,000, that's you here.
Okay.
So we can stay
to north, correction, to the south, turning westbound, 736.
this altitude, then we can look out, we should be pretty close to the intersection.
16, we'll need to release on the cover. Alright,
Maybe
have a good day.
this one?
Yes, good job, it's the one on the left, not that one, yeah.
So 6055
6055, yeah, so here is the 605 105, 6055, yeah.
heading northwest along the 5.
Yeah, sounds good. 1.5 or 1500.
1,500, 800. LA Basin traffic helicopter 320 over 6055, heading northwest along the 5 at 1,500 LA Basin.
Yeah, so when we are in Burbank, so actually we're gonna do it like that for the Hollywood sign. So we do our circles here,
Okay.
and Dodgers, and then Griffith Observatory. And the Griffith Park is also a visual reference point here, so it's also on the chart.
Right.
So we can just say, when we circle over the Griffith Observatory and then we decide, hey, let's move on to the Hollywood sign.
1610,
We just can tell them we are over the Griffith Park at 1,700 probably. We're going to be a little higher because it's on a mountain or a hill. But request some orbits at the Hollywood side.
Did you say Pacific?
So either I do the call, but if you want you can also do it yourself.
Oh, okay.
We can then brief it a little more if you want. But yeah, the call would just be Burbank Tower, helicopter 75320, over Griffith Park at 1,700. Request orbits at the Hollywood sign.
What was the request?
I'm on with Burbank.
Orbits.
Wow, orbit.
Yeah, so we're gonna do or circles. You can also say circles at the Hollywood sign.
So, orbit, airport, helicopter 7532 Sierra over Greenpeace
Griffith Park, yeah.
Park. Request orbit at Hollywood.
Exactly, yeah. And then usually then there is a little break. Normally they don't answer right away because they look for us, and then they give us a squawk code. So they're just gonna say, helicopter 7532 Sierra, squawk 02, usually here in LA it starts with 02 and something else.
Okay.
And then you just say squawk 02 and something else.
Okay.
Then I will put in a squawk code, and then it takes maybe half a minute, and then he says, hey, 32 Sierra, in radar contact, approved as requested, advise when you're outbound or something maybe, or when you leave.
Then I should read back the
Yeah, what you
approved
can...
as requested?
What?
Should I read back approved as requested?
Yeah, you can read back approved as requested. If it's something else, he says, I might help you also and take over, or I tell you what to say.
Right.
But yeah, usually you can just say approved as requested, because he says in radar contact, that's something we don't have to read back. He gives us the altimeter setting, we also don't have to read back. We can just say approved as requested, we will advise when we leave 320 or something like this. Okay, maybe we can do an next position report at the next intersection here.
Okay, that's 710.5.
710.5, yes, very good. And then you can say LA traffic over 710.5. Altitude, heading to downtown.
Heading to downtown.
LA traffic.
Okay.
Okay, 1000. Maybe let's go down to 1400. It's a good altitude for downtown.
So LA traffic, helicopter 320 over 710.5 at 1400, heading to LA downtown.
Yes.
LA.
And then we just keep following the road, and then at some point follow straight to downtown. And maybe at downtown we do right circles, because then you have a little better view.
Is that a airship? Oh, our...
It looks like an airship, let me check. Or is it?
I mean, it looks to be staying still.
Or it's two aircrafts very far away.
Oh.
But I cannot see it on... I cannot see an airship on the... on Fortlight. There is a helicopter hovering there, maybe.
Oh.
The police. Yeah, oh no, they are moving, it's not the police. I don't know. Something. Okay, one guy is turning yellow, not for you, and now it's blue again. It's probably this guy, huh?
Right, oh.
Oh my, pretty close.
LA traffic, helicopter 320 over 710.5 at 1400, heading to LA downtown, LA.
Nice.
That is a huge helicopter.
That guy is pretty close, huh? Okay, let's don't get too low. Can also reduce the airspeed a little bit. Okay, let's do another gauge check.
Engine gauges 1 to 3 are green, answer center, privates out of yellow, engine and rotor RPMs are green, no warning lights. And fuel.
Okay. So as we are over downtown, you can tell 320 is doing right circles around downtown at 1400.
LA traffic, helicopter 320 doing right circle around the downtown LA.
So here, this light over there is the Dodger Stadium. And you see this antenna on the mountain far away?
Yeah.
This red antenna, this is just above the Hollywood sign.
Oh. So this is Dodgers?
Yes, so it's pretty close here. Seems like we are lucky and the lights are on, they are not always on.
LA traffic, helicopter 320, doing right circle around the downtown at 1300 LA.
Roger, I got you in tight phone. Alright, yep, overhead at 1000.
You can also, if you want, you can also take pictures from here.
Okay.
You want to?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Okay, I have controls.
You have controls?
I have controls.
Alright, that's where we're going to depart to the southwest, southeast. Alright, good. Have a good day.
Is that your phone on top?
Police 18 is at the produce mart southeast of downtown. We're eastbound at 1000.
Okay, this guy is pretty close to us. LA traffic helicopter 320 is just south of downtown and doing right circles around downtown, 1500 LA. Oh, that's nice, you can see it on your phone. It's like a screen extension.
It was meant to be a screen extension, but I yet couldn't figure it out, so it's just another
It's just
record.
a separate camera, okay. So just ahead of us, I think that's the crypto arena here. We're gonna see that in a second. Oh no, that's the convention center. Somewhere here is the crypto arena as well. Here on the right.
Oh.
Pretty sweet.
Sure, 23 Government Covina, eastbound at 3000. They got people on station. We got dispatchers.
That one is the city hall, if I'm not mistaken, the right one. Or is it that one? I'm not sure.
that'll be enough.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna pass through here again when we are on the way back. Maybe we can even pass through here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you have controls.
I have controls?
You have controls. Maybe you can hear on the right side of the Ritz cast.
Down 1,000.
Park. Okay, then we head over there to Dodgers. Okay, you can maybe do a position report and tell them 50 over downtown heading to Dodgers or Dodgers Stadium.
LA traffic, helicopter 320 over downtown, heading to Dodger Stadium, LA.
Okay, then you can fly here and then we can only do right circles.
Okay.
We can really see in the stadium, it's pretty sweet. So all this open area around it is parking lots.
Oh.
Please stand in Cycle Park, eastbound 1,300 of
Strong guy to our left. I think he was speaking about us here. Oh, the lights are not on.
Oh, right.
But we can still see pretty well, nicely, pretty well. Okay, maybe reduce the airspeed a little bit, otherwise you're gonna...
Right.
And then you have to turn a little more. You want to take pictures as well, or is it okay? Because the lights are not...
You have controls?
Okay, I have controls.
You have controls?
Controls.
Maybe do just one more circle.
Okay. Closer to turn maybe a little more. Too close?
It's okay. It was great.
Then we can... Okay, you have controls?
I have controls?
You have controls. You can fly straight to the Griffith Observatory here, towards the antenna. And you have to go to 1,700.
Okay.
Then we still have 1/4 and we have around 11 gallons of fuel. Maybe you can do a position report over Dodgers heading to Griffith Park.
Okay. LA traffic, helicopter 320 over Dodgers at 1,700, heading to Griffith, officers, LA.
Griffith Park or Griffith Observatory.
Observatory.
Have you been there? To the observatory?
No, never been there yet.
You should go, that's really nice, and it's for free.
I save it for this moment.
Yeah, also when you go there, it's close to sunset, we have a really nice sunset with an awesome view over the whole city. It's really cool. Yes, so this is gonna be, we're gonna do circles here, and this is just gonna be outside of Burbank. Yeah, I think from this position then, that's the best view over the city. Okay, the knots 1700, maybe another gauge check.
Engage is 120 green, Amsterdam center, carpets out of yellow, engine and rotor RPMs are green, no warning light.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, on the very left side, that's the main building.
Okay.
So you can fly a little left and then do right circles.
Okay.
And maybe stay at 60 knots then.
We're just north of Riverside. I've got the PD to this side. This is Chuck Warren. We're south, west on at 1,800.
Yeah, it's a little, I was a little surprised that the Hollywood sign is not illuminated, there is no light.
Oh.
So the only light we have then is the landing light on the Hollywood sign.
Right. Oh, I think I see the Hollywood sign.
Yeah, it's the right one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a really nice building here. And then when we do a half a circle, you have to look down on this direction. The view is great. Okay, it's a good altitude. You want to make pictures here as well, or?
That'll be great.
Okay. Alpha controls.
Air patrols.
Alpha controls. Okay, let me get a little space.
Okay.
So that view now is pretty nice. Oh, there is a concert or something here at the Hollywood Bowl. See?
Oh, right.
I think that's the Hollywood Bowl.
think that's enough.
Okay. You have controls.
Controls.
You have controls. Okay, let's climb a little bit. You can continue circling. You can change your frequency. So you can then tell them, Burbank Tower, helicopter 75320, over Griffith Park, request orbits or circling at the Hollywood sign.
So,
Burbank
Tower, helicopter 75320 over Griffith Park, request orbit at Hollywood sign.
Yeah, that's it. And then he's going to give you a squawk code. So if you can remember the numbers, you can read it back.
Okay. Burbank Tower, helicopter 75320 over Griffith Park, request orbit at Hollywood sign.
Yeah, that's it.
So, maybe now?
Okay.
Burbank Tower, helicopter 75320 over Griffith Park, request orbit at Hollywood sign.
Say again the call sign?
75320.
November 75320, Burbank altimeter 3004, squawk 0233.
0233.
Squawk 0233, helicopter 7320.
Southwest 2594, contact SoCal approach 128.75.
So now it takes a second to turn a little more. So that is pretty black here. Then he says in radar contact. And maybe approved as requested.
Number 320, radar contact 6 miles southeast Burbank Airport. Transition around assigned approved, report and exit.
Transition approved, report when exit. Transition approved, report when exit. Helicopter 320. Yeah, it's not really a transition. We can only do 1 or 2 circles. And report when exit. Okay, let's go a little down.
Okay.
Maybe back to 1800 or so. So a lot down then. And if you want, you can already prepare your camera and airfly.
Okay.
Okay, I have controls. I have controls.
Tower United 2411 is with you, over, buddy.
Okay, I can try to put the landing lights a little bit on it.
Burbank Tower, runway 8, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land for United. 2411.
And full heavy 1, hold short of 1. Number 8, Romeo Mike, taxi to parking via Delta Bravo, cross 15. Parking Delta Bravo, cross 15, full heavy 1.
I think we'll never get closer to the Hollywood sign. So, you get it?
Yep.
We can also do another one if you want.
Yeah, they're looking. Can I do it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I have control.
You have controls.
Controls.
Let's lower collective a little.
Okay.
Keep 60. Okay. Then you can turn pretty sharp to the left. Get a little airspeed. Looks pretty cool with the bright lights at the back. the instrument panel is reflecting. So yeah, that was not good, but the first one was nice. Okay, good to go?
Yep.
Okay, then you can say tower, helicopter 32 Sierra, departing southbound.
Tower helicopter 320 departing southbound.
Now he says.
Number 32 Sierra, Roger, radar system remains flight VFR, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, helicopter 320.
Yeah, he also said squawk VFR.
Burbank Tower, exit 755 ILS 8.
So that's...
Exit at 75, Burbank Tower, runway 8, clear to land. Runway 8, clear to land, exit 755.
Yeah, so let's head straight to downtown. Yeah, so that's pretty common. First he informs us radar services are terminated, which means, like I told you in the beginning of the briefing, here we have radar services, so he tells us about traffic. He is required to do that. So he has to do it, it's mandatory for him. In Long Beach, it's just if he has the time, right? So it's not mandatory. Get a little faster. And so he says, hey, now you don't get any traffic advisories anymore, so radar service terminated. And squawk VFR, so back to 1200, and frequency change approved.
Right.
So that's, once you do instrument training, you're gonna hear that call 10 times a day. Or maybe not 10 times a day, but 10 times a week. Okay, seems like no traffic ahead. Good preparation. And then we can do one more nice transition in the middle of downtown, which is very nice. Maybe at 1400 or so we can also go down a little. And we still have more than enough fuel to get back to Long Beach. We have about 2 and so maybe 10 or 9 or 10 gallons. Crazy how bright it is, huh?
Right.
So I think the view from this angle or from the top here is that's crazy. It's really nice. Okay, maybe let's do a gauge check and position report, huh?
Okay. Engine gauges 1, 2, 3 are green, Amstar centered, carpets out of yellow, engine and rotor films are green, no warning lights. And position report. 2 miles south of the Griffith Park.
That's a good idea, yeah. 2 miles south of Griffith Park or northwest of downtown. Yeah, we are just heading southeast, right? Because we're gonna continue.
Right. LA traffic, helicopter 320, 2 miles south of Griffith Park, heading southwest. LA at 1400, LA.
Okay, let's keep the altitude now, otherwise we're getting a little low. So at this altitude we're going to be pretty much at the altitude of these buildings, so we should not get too close. So we fly next to them. Next to the high ones and above the smaller ones. So I think it's actually wild that we are allowed to do that with a piston engine. Because to be honest, here I don't want to have an engine failure. There are a lot of roads, but also a lot of cables and stuff and cars. Maybe I would say we fly on the right side of the US Bank building. Unless you want to fly somewhere else, you can also fly next to that one if you want. Yeah, it's at your discretion.
Which one is the US Bank?
That's the tall one that is right on top.
Oh, yeah, I see.
And I think that one, the other pretty tall one, that has something to do with Korean Airlines, because sometimes the logo of Korean Airlines is on there. The logo changes on top. No, at the moment it's different. No. Yeah, that is. No. Is that the Korean Airline logo?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is, right?
Right.
But sometimes it's even blue and red, like the colors of Korean Airlines. Okay, you fly left or right of the US bank?
Left.
Okay, then let's go left, okay. Maybe let's go a little more left.
Okay.
And all these buildings have helipads on top.
Right.
They're all everywhere. But apparently they're just for emergencies. Pretty close, huh? Okay, then you can bring us back.
Okay.
However you want. Make sure you don't fly to the Bravo.
Okay, so to the left.
Yeah, so if you use the route that is on there, I think that's going to be the route along the 710.
Right. So, if we are to go to the North Downey, should I find the 605?
No, the 605 is a little more east, right?
Right.
So it's between the 710 and the 605. So maybe you follow the 710, that brings you to the 710 105, and then you're pretty close to the Downey. Or what you can also do on Farflight is, you can just check, the Downey is north of Long Beach, click here, then direct to... Oh, I pressed the wrong button, what did I... Oh, I added it to the route, sorry. Too stupid. Then you click direct to, but then the rest of the route is gone.
Oh.
But we can do that, doesn't matter. You are safe the rest route. No, press the wrong button again. You will focus on flying, please.
Okay.
And here you go, direct to. Then you just have, so you can choose any parent and just click direct to, and then you just have the line. Okay, so that's the Highway 5, and I think the 605, the 710 is somewhere over there, and then, yeah, so here is the river, LA River, and then over there it comes together with the 710. So this road at 12 o'clock is the 710, then the river and the 710 go parallel to each other all the way to the beach.
Right.
18 degrees. Pretty good, 18 degrees for October at night. So after your university, you get kind of a commercial training with the army, or?
If I go to the army, they will. I'm not sure if that's a commercial training.
So is it not for sure that you go to the army?
Yeah, I want to go to Navy at the moment, so.
Okay. But they will probably train you somehow as well, right?
Right. They have a basic training, basic flight training, and after that they will give you a type rating, I guess,
Okay.
for the different aircraft that you will be assigned to. So, and if we have a pilot license, they will skip the basic flight training.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. Okay. But you don't have to pay for that, right? For the training.
Oh, right.
Okay. Okay, so the Bravo above us is 2000, so make sure you don't get too high. You can get a little lower as well. At the Downy you can be at 1000 or 700.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you can try to find it, which is a little harder at night, but you can also use the helicopter chart, or you can zoom in, or you can find the Downy however you want. So my checkpoint was just approximately just north of Long Beach.
Right for Convention Center, eastbound 1200.
This one?
That's the Lakewood Boulevard.
Oh,
But you
so
can also check here the helicopter chart. Can you remember? US helicopter. Then you see the Downy.
Oh.
Then you can switch back. Then you maybe find it there. If you zoom in, it might also tell you the street names, but maybe that doesn't work if you don't have internet.
right.
But if you do it when you are connected to the Wi-Fi, you can just zoom in and then you see the names as well. Okay, so this is the LA River below us, right, at the 710.
Oh.
So what's that intersection then? You know that intersection?
105-710?
Exactly, yeah. Over there you have the courthouse comp.
Right.
So we're pretty close already actually.
Right. Then should I listen to ADIS?
Yeah, I would do that. You could do that even much earlier, right? Even if you're 10 miles out. So let's do that now and let's also adjust your altitude.
Crane, 0.4 miles west, 161 feet, AGL. Runway 30, approach lighting system out of service. Advise on initial contact, give information Kilo. Long Beach Airport, information Kilo 0353 Zulu, wind 270 at 5, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 182.14, altimeter 3001, ILS showing 30, approach in use. Runway 30, runway 26 left, runway 26 right in use. Tower frequency, all aircraft 119.4. Contact clearance, delivery, and ground control on 133.0. NOTAMs, caution bird activity vicinity Long Beach Airport. Crane, 0.4 miles west, 161 feet, AGL. Runway 30, approach lighting system out of service. Advise on initial contact, give information Kilo.
So, Kilo 2705, altimeter is 3001.
182.14, altimeter 3001. ILS showing 30, approach in use. Runway 30, runway 26 left, runway 26 right in use. Tower frequency, all aircraft 119.4. Contact clearance, delivery, and ground control on 133.0. NOTAMs, caution.
Yes, make sure you keep descending.
Okay.
And whenever you're ready.
Left push up.
Runway 26 left. Clear
I think this
Okay. Make sure you don't fly into the airspace before.
Right. Oh. Maybe this one?
Okay. Maybe let's do the contact first, you can still look for it later.
Okay. Long Beach Tower, helicopter 75320, file 6 mile north. Request North Downey arrival with information Kilo. I'm landing a Maverick.
75320 Long Beach Tower, North Downey, approved, land a Maverick at your own risk, traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles, orbiting helicopter at 500.
Looking for traffic and North Downey approved, landing a Maverick at my own risk, helicopter 320.
Skynight, traffic over the 91 and inbound on the Downey helicopter, descending out of 800.
Sky looking. Long Beach Tower swing.
Yeah,
970 Charlie Foxtrot is down on the I left runway.
That's rounding nice, good job.
Charlie Foxtrot, Long Beach Tower, runway 30, cleared away.
Runway 30,
Let's go down to 700.
Okay.
And
Southwest
it's more like
turn right, kilo to the right.
it's more like 5 miles now, so it's 6 miles is really quite a little more.
397, runway 26 left, cleared away.
Okay, now I lost the helicopter. Great.
320, traffic now 10 to 11 o'clock, 2 miles, down at the moment, helicopter 500.
Traffic inside, helicopter 320.
No, wait, is that the right one? No, that's not the right one. He should be just... Oh no. Oh yeah, that is the right one, yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's him. Okay, so below us is, no, not, over there is the building, with the white building. At night it's also easy to find because there is a red big sign on top, right?
Right.
So this is where we want to be at 500. Yeah. Yeah, at night when it's not busy, usually they just tell us knockdown approved, landing at your own risk, so you can already land. It's actually a good store, cheap groceries, Winco. Okay, getting pretty close now. So we have to make sure we cross all the runways, midfield at 500. Yeah, so they said on the 80s, 3.0 lightning system is not working. I'm not sure if they mean all the lights or, but we're gonna see that soon. Okay, so the runway end lights are working.
Right.
But the center line I think is really not working. Because 3.0 also has center lightning. So these lights over here is 26 right, the white ones.
Right.
Don't forget to do your landing check before landing.
Okay. Engine gauges 120 green, and center, carpets out of yellow, engine and rotor pins are green, no warning lights, and carpets up.
Nice, airspeed altitude looks good. Oh no, 3.0 light is working.
Oh.
But the center line is not working, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no center line. There's one guy on pilot. Pretty far away, like 3 miles away. Oh, sorry. Okay, you see the tower here?
Yeah, I see.
Nice. Okay, don't get too low. Let's raise collective a little. I feel like... Oh yeah, good job. I feel like the altimeter settings, but you adjusted it. But I feel like we are much lower than 400 now. Maybe it's just me. Nice, 360 looks perfect.
Final. Carpets off.
You still have a lot of space, so don't get too slow and too low.
Tower 7, close left, close track.
397, runway 26 left, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 26 left.
Lobby Tower, good evening, Cessna 417 Echo Romeo on the ILS
Let's
runway
extend a
30.
little bit.
417 Echo Romeo, Long Beach Tower, runway 30, clear left.
30 clear to land, Echo
Raise
Romeo.
and forward, raise and
Zero
forward.
Charlie Foxtrot, stay taxi.
A little shallow approach.
Jet 0, Charlie Foxtrot.
A little different reference points at night, right?
Lima 4, Lima Hotel. 0 Charlie Foxtrot.
Okay, left clear.
Right clear. Clear, left clear.
Good.
Okay.
I will look somewhere a little bit in front of you, not straight on the ground. Nice.
Okay, shut down. Friction on. Center friction on.
Nice. Yeah, here with so many airspaces, we kind of get used to listening to the 80s just before we reach the airspace, right?
Right.
But in general, if you know where you're gonna go
Downwind traffic off your right.
to a delta airspace or whatever airspace, and you can maybe, a good reference is about 10 miles out, you can already listen to the 80s.
Right.
At least try if you can receive it. If not, you maybe wait another 2 miles. But why not? Because if you want to be ahead of the aircraft, right, as far as possible. So that's always a good idea. Yeah, so also don't wait for me to tell you, because you asked me then, which was okay, but you can do it really early and try to independently just say, okay, I'm getting close now, listening to the 80s, then I have enough time. And then you could still switch back to the advisory frequency. If you see traffic, you can still do a position report, right?
Right.
Usually in most helicopters you also have more than one radio, then you can just monitor it, the weather.
Right.
And if somebody speaks, then you're gonna hear it as well. Yeah, because now we got pretty close to the Downey, and then did the call just before we entered, right?
Right.
We can also do the call here, 7 miles north maybe. Yeah, then we are on the safe side, right?
Right.
Because when you change the frequency here to the tower, and you hear the tower is very busy, and you may take a minute until you get your call in, right?
Right.
But today we were lucky. But yeah, other than that, pretty nice arrival. Also, the altitude was a little high, so make sure in Long Beach, even if you're here at 1000, it's still okay, but you want to really start to descend and go to 700, because that's actually the procedure.
Okay.
Yeah, here we were always slow enough, but we have to pay attention below 2000. But yeah, nice flight. Good practice with circles. Pretty cool. Okay, please use the checklist.
Okay.
Wait another minute and I will get the wheels.
Okay. Throttle closed, which disengaged.